Hi there. Mm, Coming to the today's session, I took a couple of buy entry and one sell entry today, and I I was completely deviate every one of my rules and regulations. I was not in control today. I just revenge trade. I just over traded today, even though it was just a break even day, but still I lost my patience and keep on putting dumb trades. Daily time frame, the last two the recent days price keep on going higher. The last two day high has been swept and price after sweeping this high price rebalance to the 4 hour fair value gap here. These are the engineer liquidity. In 1 hour time frame it should look like this. Yeah. After sweeping this high, price keep on dumping to the low. The fair value gap that holding the price now gets ran through. But still this is the low that made the structure shift. So this should be the breaker point. So, so this model is valid until this point. So this model is valid until this point. This is the extreme stop loss, right? So what should I say? Yeah. So since this fair value gap failed to hold the price ran to the downside and created leave this fair value gap, I like to see the sell model inside this fair value gap. This was the ideology for today's session. And when I was open the market, a price almost ran through the 4 hour fair value gap. It's almost ran through the 4 hour fair value gap, but it was not closed yet because there was 2 more hours left at that time. So I'm not take it seriously, but still, see if it closed below my next down liquidity should be this, right? So I marked this down liquidity. So I just sweep the high, come all the way down, disrespected, leave the big fair value gaps. If it closed below, most probably the down going to be lower. That's my analogy. In 15 minutes, you can clearly see this thing. So after sweeping this high, please come all the way down. This is just a FOMC news candle. Sweep all those things. Liquidity, everything has been taken. And in 1 minute, my friend beautifully caught that move here. After took all those after sweeping the liquidity, say the photos are like press just in engineer liquidity takes them out. Now it's give the structure shift parallel gap, holding the price, flipping the parallel gap. Every one of my market maker model, flipping the opposite parallel gap, right? Flipping the opposite parallel gap to the upside. Low, high, fail to make a lower low, structure shift, parallel gap, holding the price. Keep on going higher, come and tap this parallel gap. Go and take the high. If I draw on the standard deviation, so this is the last manipulation candle to the breaker point. So this should be my first target and this should be my second target. See where the price exactly projected. See, bro. This is my first target and this is my second target. These are the low resistance liquidity run, right? So so if I enter this position, my first position should be around this point. You can clearly see this thing inside this range. Please start to reverse, start to reprice, give some pullback, go all the way up. Once the once the for once this point getting tapped, is all the way getting reversed, all the way coming back to the downside, getting reversed to all the way towards the starting point. Beautiful entry, beautiful entry. If I just follow my model, nothing going to be bad for today's session. So, so my first entry is going to be here. Not going to be. My first entry was here. The reason for my first entry because I'm not comfortable with this model, but now I understand that, realized that this is the manipulation move. This is just a manipulation move, just engineer liquidity, invite the buyers, takes them out, then now let's give the real move. So this already the stop can happen. This is the real move. And once the firewall gap get flipped, come and tap. I was super confident. Good displacement inside this firewall gap. I entered my position, put the stop, but not at this low. Put at this low. And once the 8 o'clock the trace 8 o'clock news, the once the news come, good push to the upside. I closed my position somewhere around here. The problem here is I risked almost $55, but I earned $35, which means my risk reward ratio is 1 is to 0.6 or 7, which is very worst. I closed this trade due to fear. This is a new scandal. I'm not sure whether it's going to sweep and coming getting reversed or not. Fortunately, I closed the trade, but it shouldn't be the case. If I enter, if I put my entry, I should wait for 1 is to 2. I should always wait for 1 is to 2 at least. If my entry will not give 1 is to 2 me, I'm not supposed to take that trade. So it getting after tapping this high, price keep on getting reversed. So once the news candle low has been taken, price give a good reaction. So inside this spiral gap, price holding. So I entered my first position here. Uh, just 0.2 lot. Once the price flip this spiral gap, I enter my second position here. Keep every stop losses not at this point, at this point. Here. I like to see this fair value gap to hold. So I'm not putting any stop losses. So as soon as I entered my second position, price keep on going downside. I closed my first position in minimum loss. I'm not comfortable with that. And my second position was closed around somewhere around here. I'm not following my rule. I'm not putting stop losses. I kept mental stop loss, which means once this fair value gap getting ran through, I should close my position. It's getting displaced through this low getting displaced, which means it's a breakout structure. I'm not followed my rule. I just keep on I just keep on holding the position. Very bad mentality, very, very bad approach. So here I'm not supposed to enter any trade without a stop loss. So, and my stop loss should be reasonable. I always ask one question to myself. So this is my entry. So what might be my optimal stop loss point? What might be my optimal target point? I always ask that question and trade accordingly. I'm not supposed to do this thing anymore because my stop supposed to be here. If it's not here, it's supposed to be here. But unfortunately, I ended up closing my loss at this point. So at this point, I was completely triggered. I in this trade, I secured almost 0.39, not $39. In these two trades, I lost $30. So $39, I guess. So that not 39, it's almost $40. So I giving up almost profits, all my profits. So I got heavily triggered once I see the displacement. I entered as soon as it pulling back to this point. I entered my sell position, kept my stop loss at this high, and it was super confused because there is a farewell gap and there is one more farewell gap. So I should keep my stop at this point. I'm not comfortable with that stop loss because already I lost $30. So I don't want to risk that much. So I kept my stop here. Once the price give a move to the downside, I put my entry to break even and it comes and tap my entry at break even point and goes and take my target. I'm not risking, I'm not targeting big. I just target the this point. Since it is a displacement through this swing low, I like to see this parallel hold pushing lower all the way towards this. So so a lot of confusion, bro. This area getting swept, displaced through a high. I'm not comfortable with anything. I'm not comfortable with anything. And one thing for sure, if I trade like this, I'm not supposed to be a profitable person in my career, because the way I trade is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. I never ever supposed to trade like this. I just in this is my first entry. I entered beautifully. I closed it with very urgently due to new scandal. Um, these are all until this point. It's good. It's after sweeping the new scandal price displaced parallel creator flipped. Everything is good. Once it failed, I should close the laptop and walk away. But I'm not comfortable with my loss, even though it was very tiny paper cut, tiny loss. I still not able to accept that. I keep on trading. I just put my limit order, and I just put my sell entry. I just flip my direction, and it is also stop me out at break even. And I don't like the way I trade today. So that's it. I was not controlled. I was not able to control myself. I knew that I'm doing something which I'm not supposed to do, which is not correct at all. But I still did that, regardless of my thoughts and my consciousness. I still did that. This is what the the market will always mm, made you to do. So you are the one, be responsible for yourself when it comes to doing trading. You should always be accountable for your actions, bro. You should always. And you have to have a rules in place. You never ever deviate the rule. You always follow the rule. You always keep your risk management in check. Once you lost the mental capital, you have to close the laptop and walk away. You are not supposed to sit in front of the market anymore. If you lost, you should close the laptop and walk away, because tomorrow is a new day. There are a lot of opportunities out there every single day. If you just close the laptop and keep your head clear, and and come up and show up with a confident mindset. That's all you need to succeed in this game, bro. That's it. Have fun.